Some basic concepts regarding population growth. Growth of population. The change of population in a particular area between 2 points of time is known as growth of population. For example, if we deduct the population of India in 2011, that is 1.22 billion, from the population in 2015, that was 1.28 billion, then we will get a population growth of 0.6 billion in actual number. This population growth is measured as population growth equals to population in the year X minus population in the year Y. Growth rate of population. Population growth can be expressed in terms of percentage or in terms of absolute number. Natural growth rate of population. Natural growth rate of population is defined as the total number of births minus total number of deaths between 2 points of time. Natural growth equals to birth minus death. Actual growth rate of population. Actual growth of population equals to birth minus deaths plus in-migration plus out-migration. Positive growth of population. When the birth rate of a country becomes more than the death rate between 2 points of time, then it is known as positive growth of population. Negative growth of population. When death rate of a country exceeds the birth rate, it is termed as negative growth of population. In this case, population actually decreases from one period of time to another. Do you know what are the components of population change? The main components of population change are births, deaths, and migration. Births and deaths are measured by 2 indicators. 1. Crude birth rate. 2. Crude death rate. Crude birth rate (CBR). Crude birth rate is the number of live births per 1,000 people per year. It is calculated as CBR equals to BI by P into 1000, where CBR equals to crude birth rate. BI equals to live births during the year, P equals to mid-year population of the year. Crude death rate (CDR). The crude death rate is the number of deaths occurring among the population of a given geographical area during a given year per 1,000 mid-year total population of the given geographical area during the same year. It is calculated as CDR equals to D divided by P into 1000, where CDR equals to crude death rate, D equals to number of deaths, P equals to estimated mid-year population of the year. So, how does migration affect population change of a country? Apart from birth and death, there is another way by which the population size changes, which is called migration. Migration is the movement of people from one place in the world to another for the purpose of taking in permanent or semi-permanent residence. The place from where they move is called place of origin, and the place where they move is called place of destination. Thus, population increases in the place of destination, whereas population decreases in the place of origin. Migration may be of many types. It may be permanent, temporary, or seasonal. It may take place from rural to urban, urban to rural, rural to rural, and urban to urban. Basically, migration is of 2 types. Immigration, it is the process in which migrants move or come into a new place. It is generally associated with increase of population. Emigration, it is the process associated with migrants moving out of a place, that is, responsible for decrease in population of a place. From the above two discussions, it may be stated that a person at a time can both be an immigrant and an emigrant. What factors are responsible for migration of people from one place to another? Lee's law divides factors causing migrants into two groups of factors: push factors and pull factors. Push factors are those that make people leave their country of origin for several reasons, such as lack of jobs, poverty, drought, floods, unpleasant climate, epidemic, and socio-economic backwardness, sudden loss of wealth, etc. Pull factors are those which make the place of destination more attractive than the place of origin for reasons like better job opportunities and living conditions, security of life, better medical facilities, pleasant climate, better chances of education, religious freedom, and better socio-economic conditions. Trends in population growth. Now, we will study the trends of population growth. It took about hundreds of thousands of years for the world population to grow to 1 billion, and in just another 200 years or so, it grew sevenfold. In 2011, global population reached 7 billion, and it was projected to climb to over 9 billion by 2050. Near about 8,000 to 12,000 years ago, the size of population was roughly 8 million. This value reached to 300 million in 1st century AD after the introduction of agriculture. At the dawn of Industrial Revolution, during 1750, population reached to 550 million. After Industrial Revolution, technological advancement helped in the reduction of death rate and accelerated the rate of population growth. Again, it took millions of years for human population to attain the 1 billion mark. But in the last 12 years, the sum reached from 5 to 6 billion. Population in developing countries is growing rapidly, and in many areas, it is expected to continue in the same rate. Doubling time of world population. Currently, the population on the earth is more than 6 billion. After evolution and introduction of agriculture, the size of population was small, roughly 8 million. In the 18th century, world population exploded after the Industrial Revolution. By 1850 AD, we touched 1 billion mark. Around 1930 AD, we have added 1 billion more. In 1975 AD, we touched 4 billion mark. Spatial pattern of population change. Population growth is low in developed countries as compared to developing countries. There is always a negative correlation between economic development and population growth.